Me, Kayla Marie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming for you guys part 1 of this new series that I'm working on. It's called Quarantine Glow Up. So if you want to glow up during this quarantine and make the most out of it, stay tuned and watch my series. I'm going to be talking about fitness, nutrition, self-care, skincare. If you want to be looking snatched after this quarantine, stay tuned and keep up with these videos because I'm gonna make them each and every week for you guys. And so yeah, if you want to get this look, because we're gonna be talking about makeup today, stay tuned and keep on watching. In this video I'll show you guys some products that I'm using and kind of give you an idea of, okay, like how do I start from basics for makeup. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get this look, and yeah, so just keep on watching. As you can see, I don't have anything on right now. This is my natural skin, and I did prep my face before, so just to give you guys a little sneak peek, I did do the skincare routine that I'm gonna be showing you guys, but you guys are gonna have to stay tuned and check out that video when it comes out. I'm gonna upload it sometime soon, so you guys are gonna be seeing my skincare routine and how I kind of keep my skin clear. So first, what you're gonna want to do is you're always gonna want to prep your face first. If you invest in a good skincare primer, girl, this is gonna have your back like nothing. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin, so you're definitely gonna want to invest in some primer. So kind of what I do is I like to apply it on the back of my hand and put it all over my face like so, like dots. You don't really need a lot, but I just like to rub it into my skin and get it under your eyes and on your forehead. What I usually do afterwards, so you have to let the primer kind of like settle into your skin so that you have that fresh base, because base is everything when it comes to makeup. So if you don't have a good base, then you're literally screwed. Like your makeup is not gonna get that seamless look that you're going for. So next thing, while that's kind of like settling into my skin, I like to do my eyebrows. So what I use for my eyebrows, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So this is kind of what it looks like. I'm using the color dark brown. I have very dark hair, and I'm just using their brush as well with it. So I like to go ahead and kind of brush my eyebrows first. And sometimes I also like to use it with like a brow gel. My top favorite brow gel has to be Give Me Brow by Benefit. So this is kind of what it looks like. And the color that I use is medium deep. I like to take my little bit, don't put too much because you don't want your brows to be looking like you Sharpied them on. I typically like to start towards the end, so I like to get my arch in kind of first, and I just like to go in like so. Depending on kind of like what eyebrow look you're going for, what type of eyebrows that you do have, you're not gonna wanna put too much product depending on the look that you're going for again. And if you do like to go a little bit all out with your eyebrows, that's okay too. I actually like the dip brow more because it has more pigment. I'm getting the sparse hairs. And as you're filling in your brows, you really just want to brush them as well to kind of blend everything together. Oh. So now you're gonna want to take a concealer like so. I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Light Ivory. Take some concealer, put on the back of your hand like this. You don't really need a lot, like just a little bit. You need a brush. So like a brush that you can use for any liquid type of product. The reason why I like to kind of conceal underneath my brows is because it just gives me that fine line, like precise type of look. So, and it'll just give you such a more flawless finish, especially like underneath your eyebrows. Sometimes I have some mistakes, but it's fine. When you blend it, you can totally fix that. I just drag it to my eye as well, because we're gonna be applying falsies and doing some liner. So yeah, that's kind of, I look crazy, but that's kind of an idea. You're gonna wanna bring it under, get underneath, so you're gonna wanna go maybe like right where your brow hairs start. And you're gonna wanna follow the line and the shape of your brow. So what that does is it creates that kind of look like from afar, like you can see it's kind of like that perfect like symmetry almost. And girls, our brows, they don't have to look like twins, but I mean, they can look like cousins. Don't feel like you have too much pressure in getting it perfect. Like sometimes I get concealer on my brows, but that ain't cute. So you have to go over with the product afterwards. Next, I'm just gonna take my damp beauty blender. So this is the Real Techniques beauty blender. It's like $5 or $6 in the drugstore. And I'm just gonna blend it. So you're gonna wanna focus on really dabbing it into your skin. So dab the product into your skin and look at that. Look at how like it looks so natural now that I've blended it in. And you never would have even known that I did all of that. Now what I like to do is I like to go back with my brow product. I like to take some product and I kind of like to go back in and get the lines a little bit more precise. Like, look at that. Ooh, girl. Now we're gonna take some setting powder. So I use the RCMA No Color Powder. So you can find this online. You wanna dab and tap, dab and tap. So, and then you're just gonna wanna dab and press the powder into your skin, because what this does is it sets your concealer. So anytime that you apply a liquid product to your skin, you always want to set it afterwards with powder. So what that does is it kind of locks it in so that it stays on and it lasts a little bit longer. After you do that, I like to always go in now with my concealer. So I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It's a very, very high coverage, and I'm gonna be using the color Light. So this is kind of what it looks like. It has a really, really like thick applicator. I just like to dab one dot, like not that much, onto my eyelid, because we already dragged the concealer down from when we were doing our eyebrows. And so I like to kind of just blend this on the top of my eye. I just like to do this because I like to do like a wing. So I like to have that, you know, a good base for when I'm doing my wing. And then I just use the same brush that I use to set my eyebrow powder, and I kind of dab it. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is your, this is personal preference, by the way. So like if you don't like to wear any specific liner, you don't have to, but I like to do winged eyeliner because it kind of like enhances my eye shape. So I'm gonna be using the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof eyeliner. So I like to use it in the color Intense Black. So this is waterproof, so it's gonna last all day, especially if you're crying, you know. Come on, girl. When I'm doing my liner, this is like the most intense part ever. I just like to shake this because you have to, you know, get the product. First, I like to go and outline my lid. Just make sure that you're getting a line to really, because this is gonna determine the shape and all that. So go in and do my next eye. How I like to do my wing is I first like to pinpoint where it's gonna start. So I like to drag it like down. And then you're gonna wanna drag. So you're gonna drag it down and you're gonna fill it as you're dragging it. So let's do it on this eye. This is kind of how I do my liner. I like to do the wing. I kind of like to bring it out here, not too far. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply falsies. So if you're like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how to put falsies on, what are they? Well, I can make a whole separate video on how exactly to apply, like a thorough video, because I was in the same boat, girl, so I got you. It was hard. It was not an easy thing to learn. But yeah, so I can show you. So my favorite lashes, I like to wear Lily lashes. These are Miami. They're like mink lashes. So what that means is they're like kind of like a natural, like really like a, not a dramatic, well, these are very dramatic, but the hairs look very natural. So I also like the Sephora House of Lashes. This is Yvette. So I got these a long time ago. So they're like that. I like Vegas Nay if you're drugstore bound. Me too. These are called Grand Glamour, so these are really cute as well. And I also like the Ardell Wispies. So these, you can get packs like this that come in 5 pairs if you're looking for more of a natural look. You need your lash glue, so I'm using Tarte's Heart Pro lash glue, so it's in the color black. And I have my pair of tweezers, so you need tweezers so that you can just grab the lashes and get an exact kind of idea of where it's going on your eye. And then you also need mascara. I like to use Marc Jacobs mascara. It kind of looks like this. It's a travel size, so your girl on a budget. So we're gonna take some mascara, and I like to apply mascara before and after, just so that it really blends it in that well. And you don't have to worry about getting, oh my gosh. You don't have to worry about getting like that perfect amount of product on right now, but you just want to get a generous amount so that you can have that smooth blend. You're gonna want to grab your lashes. So I like to pick them up with my hands or with a tweezer, and I just like to kind of put the tweezers middle of the lash, so like in the center. So, and I like to take some lash glue. And you can find any lash glue in a drugstore. I know that Ardell has a really good lash glue. They have like a clear one and then a black one. So I would suggest using black, especially if you're doing liner and you just want like a more natural type of look. But if you're going for something where you're not going to be wearing any type of black liner on your lid, I suggest going for the clear one or the one that doesn't have any color. So now what I like to do is just let it dry a little bit. It has to get tacky so that it can stick to your actual lid. And in this time, the mascara is going to be drying, so you don't want to make a mess. So yeah, let's just let it dry first, and then we'll go ahead and put them on. Now that it's like somewhat tacky, I'm gonna start putting it on my eye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of gonna put it pretty close. You wanna get like to where your lash line starts. So I like to go put it in the middle, and yeah, so like that. Oh, it's on. It's on. And then I like to take my tweezer. Okay, so you're gonna just put it, oh, this glue, she is sticking fast. Oh my gosh, my eyes watering. This will happen sometimes because, oh. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other eye. So while this is drying, geez, this glue, she is pretty strong. Okay, so you automatically see the difference between my eyes. So like this just brings it out more. It elongates your eye a little bit more, and without the lash, I mean, you're still gonna look cute, but it's just, it opens your eye up a lot more. So we're gonna apply the next lash, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna put the tweezer in the center of the lash, like so. Take your tweezer, take your lash glue, put like a generous amount, but don't go crazy because you don't want to have a lot of product on your eye. You don't want to get the product in your eye, and you just don't need that much to let it stick. So you just want to cover tip of the lash band, like so. So I kind of like to go in. I like to do maybe like 2 pumps. And you really want to, you know, focus on the tips as well, because that's typically the part that on your eye that it kind of comes off the most. Please excuse my dog. So we're gonna blow on it, let it dry, get tacky. Now that the glue is pretty tacky and ready to come on, you're gonna take your lash, go center of your eye. Let's take our mascara. We're gonna go ahead and you're gonna blend your lash. So now we're gonna focus on our base and our overall product that we're gonna be putting on our skin. So when it comes to like a good foundation or a CC cream, you're gonna wanna find something that obviously is your color and it follows your base kind of tone. So like I'm a little bit more like yellowy, like I have like an olive kind of undertone, and my cheeks are kind of like red sometimes. You're gonna wanna find something that's kind of your color. So I typically like to wear IT Cosmetics. It is called the CC cream. So this has an SPF in it, SPF 50, and it literally looks like your skin. And if you struggle with any rosacea or any type of skin condition, this is really gonna help you, because look at that. Like I was just so red over here and now it's coming together. If you are on a budget, you can also try Fit Me from Maybelline. I really like this too. It's the dewy and smooth finish. There's a lot of different drugstore foundations out there that you can find that fits you know, your budget and also the look that you're going for. So when you're applying your foundation, you're gonna want to go in with like a damp beauty blender, and I don't like to apply under my eyes. And the reason why is because when you're applying your concealer, you do not want to have like that cakiness going on. So you just want to have like a generous amount on your face to get that look. So when you're applying your foundation on, you definitely want to go into your hairline. So I'm kind of just going right where my hairline starts. You don't want to go crazy, go all the way up in your hair, but you just want to make sure that you blend it so that it looks natural and just like your skin tone. After we applied our foundation, I kind of like to build it a little bit. So what that means is you just get a little bit more product and you just go back in to where you applied your foundation. Blend it into your neck because you do not want to have that line. And I sometimes like to go on my ears as well. Now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape. And I like to just go in with a little dot with this specific product. You do not need a lot. Like it's very high coverage, and if this is going to be like an everyday look for you, you do not want to be applying a lot, in my opinion. You want to keep it very natural and flawless looking, that type of finish. So you see how much it brightened up my eye already, because I have not been getting a lot of sleep. Now I like to set my concealer. So I like to use Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette. That's what my two faves are, these and these. But we're not using this on our highlighting areas because it's obviously for contour. So I take these two and I tap and I dab, tap and dab. So, and then I kind of like to just pat. You don't want to rub. You really do not want to rub, because that way you're gonna get those lines and it's not gonna be cute. So everywhere I just apply concealer, I like to set right away. Now, if you are looking for a drugstore dupe to Kat Von D, let me tell you, girl, Airspun powder. You can find it in the drugstore. You can find it in Walmart right here. And it's a very, very loose setting powder. It's really, really good. You can bake with it. You can basically set your face with it. I also like Laura Mercier translucent powder as well. That one's really good. We're going to take a brush, a different brush, and we're gonna just bronze our face. So for bronzer, I like to use Tarte. This is called Park Ave Princess Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer. That's a very long name. So yeah, it just looks like this. And I like to use Hoola by Benefit. With my bronzer, I like to go in, I like to take some on my brush, like so. And I like to just start at my forehead. You wanna take that and go on your cheekbones. That high point, see, look at that. It already just snatches it in. And we can blend this later too, but you wanna get your jawline and go on the other side as well over here. You're gonna take, this is LA Colors Pro Shadow Blender brush, and I was just using the Echo Tools brush. I don't know what type this is, but this is what it looks like. That helps. But I like to take my bronzer now, and I like to kind of just go in on the points that I'm going to be contouring. So when it comes to my nose, I kind of like to go underneath to kind of give that lift to it. And then I like to go in a little bit and kind of just chisel out the sides. And bring that here. Sometimes I like to carve it into here. After I do that, I kind of just like to go in with my contour powder. So with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm going to be taking that same brush that I used to bronze. And now I'm going to be taking these two, tap and dab, y'all, and go in those same parts. And then I like to take that same brush that I just used for my nose and kind of go back. After that, I think that it's best to really take your beauty blender and to just blend in together everything that you just did. Because what that does is it removes those fine lines from your face, because you really don't want to have any lines that are sticking out. And after that, your highlighting powder again. And just go in, go under. And then in this time, I kind of like to just apply my mascara underneath my lash line. So I like to go in with just a little bit. As it's drying, I like to go ahead and start getting ready to highlight. So when it comes to highlighting your face with any type of powder or liquid highlighter, you always want to make sure that you set your face beforehand. What this does is it illuminates your highlight even more, so it gives it like a more dramatic kind of effect to it. I like Becca, and I also like Carly Bible's highlighting palette. So this is her 21 color eyeshadow and highlighter palette by Carly Bible. You can find this in Ulta. In this area, this is where the highlighting colors are. So when it comes to highlight, you can have different shades. So you can have more of that peachy, like pink kind of undertone, or you can have that gold highlight. And I feel like that's for girls like, you know, me, where I have that olive type of skin tone, yellow undertone. But if you have more of a pink undertone, you're gonna wanna use a pinkish, like icy type of highlighter. You're gonna wanna go in right away with your highlight. So what I do is I typically start at the high point of my cheeks. And your cupid's bow. And I also like to take a really like skinnier brush, and I like to just go in my inner corner as well. So what this is gonna do is it's just really gonna highlight your eyes, because we want to see those eyes, girl. Get the cheek points. So now I like to go in with my highlighter in my Carly Bible palette, and I like to go in, ooh, child, look at that, tap and dab. You really want to be extra part of that glow up, you can kind of put some over here. Definitely gonna want to go in with your beauty blender and kind of just blend everything in. And look at that, it's all coming together now. After we're done with that, I just like to go in with some lip liner. Oh, I forgot to put blush. Oh my gosh. Okay. When it comes to blush, you want to find something that is natural looking. So for me, I really like Tarte. It's called Party. So you're gonna pat in the same direction as you're contouring the bronzer. Now we're gonna lip line and apply lip product. So you're gonna take a tiny bit, don't go crazy, of concealer. What I like to do is I like to get some lip gloss. So I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. I like to take my brow gel and I kind of like to just go in, set my brows because I didn't do it earlier, sorry. And this completes the look. This is kind of just like a natural, you can do this as an everyday look. This is a look that I typically like to do. It's kind of like my type of natural type of look, so it's just all in your preference. Thank you so much for tuning in today to part 1 of our quarantine glow up series. Girl, by the end of this, you're gonna be looking snatched. So just keep staying tuned to my other videos that are going to be coming soon. I'm going to be covering skincare, fitness, nutrition. So if you want to stay tuned and if you really want to be a part of this glow up series and make the most out of your quarantine, stay tuned and keep watching. Love you guys so much. Once again, comment down below what you thought of the video and like and subscribe and share with your friends if they want to glow up too during this quarantine. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.